ईमानदारी पहला अध्याय है। Good morning, respected. Good morning, respected judges, teachers, participants, and audience. I am Anushka, your announcer. Today we have gathered here for celebrating Vigilance Awareness Week's competition, English Elocution. Before we start with today's event, I would like to invite Miss Rajni ma'am and Miss Babita ma'am. Give them a loud applause. Now we will start with the most awaited part, the competition. The first participant is Girividya.
I, student of 5th set, is going to talk about a serious matter that our country is suffering from, and that is corruption. Though our great Indian freedom fighters won the freedom struggle ages back, but a serious issue like corruption is eating our country's economy and not enabling it to grow. So, where does the problem stand? In the governance or the society? We have to find, we have to identify those grey areas which lead to spread of corruption and adopt strict measures and adopt strict measures and adopt strict measures and adopt strict measures to for eradicating those causes. No doubt, our country is a land of nature and vivid landscape, but but the goodwill and beauty of our country is marred by the corruption. We can see the personnel who are not doing their job well unless bribed by the common people. Moreover, many people think that they can escape from the laws. Excess of power and money has corrupted the government officials and situation has gone too far that if a common man needs any assistance, he has to use the corrupt method. It has been very difficult to evade them and get the work done. I think it's a high time when we, as a citizen of this country, should owe this responsibility to wipe out the corruption from our Mother Earth's face and make our country a corrupt-free land. As 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 we students are the future of this country, so we should pledge that we will never choose any corrupt method in any situation, and in fact, raise our voice on any illegal issue going around us. Problems aggravate when we turn a blind eye towards them. But from now, I sincerely hope that every one of us will oppose and prevent the corrupt activities and make our country a corrupt-free Bharat. Jai Hind.
Very good. Now the next participant is Tejas from 5th C.
Pollution by corruption leads to
Hello.
pollution by corruption leads to a destruction. No nation can progress with corruption. Corruption is a moral cancer. Greetings of the day. The effects of corruption. What is the most powerful tool to fight against corruption? If we come to across instances of corruption, we should report to anti-corruption agency. If we must climate to and climate to घूस लेना या देना पाप है, नहीं से भ्रष्टाचार की शुरुआत है। जय हिंद, भारत माता की जय। थैंक यू।
Very good. Now the next participant is Raghav from 5th. He is absent. Now the next participant is Shubham P from 5th.
Good morning, teacher and my dear. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, teacher.
Hello.
दो माइक दे दे, मैं खत तक करके माइक तोड़ देगा।
Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. Myself Shubham from class 5B, and I am going to tell some lights on corruption. Corruption is a pernicious cancer that eats away at the very fabric of a society, weakening its moral fiber, destroying public trust, and undermining its social progress. It is a shadowy monster that thrives in the darkness of secrecy, dishonesty, and negligence. Unfortunately, its testicles may reach deep into every sector of our nation, rich and poor, urban and rural, private and public. To truly build a prosperous and progressive nation, we must make concerted efforts to combat corruption at all levels and recommit ourselves to the ideals which define our identity as a nation. The most immediate impact of corruption is economic. Illicit transfer, bribes, and other forms of financial malfeasance drain resources which could have been used for public welfare and infrastructural development. Moreover, corruption discourages foreign investment and creates economical distortions. Beyond the economic implications, corruption also erodes public faith in the very few institutions being resolved them. When officials must feel lining their pockets instead of fulfilling their duties, or when projects are awarded not based on merit but connection, criticism spread among the journalists. This mistrust can lead to a weakened sense of national identity and belonging, driving the wedge between the citizens and the government. In conclusion, say no to corruption is not just a statement, it's a movement. It is a collective endeavor that requires synergy from the government, the private sector, and the most importantly, the citizens. The commitment is not only a personal choice, but it is a full responsibility that shapes the future of our nation. So let's stand together, hand in hand, and work towards a corruption-free nation where everyone can prosper and thrive. The biggest disease is corruption, and the vaccine is transparency. Thank you.
Very good. Now the next participant is
Children here, see, this is a very good competition. You will enjoy it if you are quiet. Sit straight, all of you first, and not a single child will talk.
the next participant is Kasagya.
Respected teachers, HMM, classmates, and all my friends. As you know that Vigilance Awareness Week is celebrated during 30 October till 5 November 2023. I am here to say some few sentences about it. Saying no to corruption means refusing to take part in wrongful acts. It is about to stand up for what is right, even if it is tough. Now, what is commit to nation? Commit to nation means working for betterment, even betterments. It involves honesty, rules for following rules, and respecting our fellow citizens. If we doesn't engage in these corruption, we can protect our nation. Thanks. Thank you and have a nice Jai Hind.
Well, fabulous. Now the next participant is Prashi.
Good morning, children. Good morning, children, teachers, and my dear friends. My name is Prashant Ravi from class 5C. Today, I am standing here to talk on the topic saying no to corruption and coming to the nation. Corruption is a big weed that stops a beautiful garden from growing. It is like a cheating or doing something wrong to get something you want. Corruption, but when a person is corrupted, they don't do the things very clearly. They might not do their jobs properly, but, but we stop the corruption by saying no to it and commit to the nation by doing right things and helping friends and being honest. How can we do that? First, first we should always be honest. How, whether we should always be honest whether it's doing homework, playing games, and helping our friends. Honesty matters. Secondly, we always should speak up when we see something wrong. It should be a parent's teacher some or someone grown up child. Now, finally, we should always follow rules. By following rules, we should always respect each other and make our country a good place. Remember, our country is a big family that strong. Just in a family, we should always work in a team. Thank you.
Excellent. Now the next participant is Anushka.
From Vigilance. Now तेरा वाला मुझे दे हर बार ये करनी आई नहीं था
A good try. Now the next participant is Mukta from 5th B.
Fighting corruption. Fighting corruption is not just good governance. It is self-defense. It is patriotism. Namaskar. This is Mukta Sharma from class 5th 1. I intend to extend my views in favor of the topic say no to corruption. Corruption is not a new phenomenon in India. It has been prevalent in societies since ancient times. History reveals that it was even present during the modern period. The simple meaning of corruption implies the abuse of public power for private benefit. Corruption promotes vigilance, injustice, and inequality in public conduct and behavior. Thank you.
Very good. Now the next participant is Mitakshi from 5th A.
Good morning. Good morning to one and all present here. Honorable principal sir, respected judges, teachers, and my dear friends. Corruption is a cancer that eats away our citizens' faith in democracy. With this note in mind, I, Vikas Mitra, is here to speak on the topic, say no to corruption, coming to the nation. In the journey towards a brighter nation, we are facing one of the most critical battles, corruption. Corruption is like a parasite that eats away the vitality of our country's progress, gnawing at the very foundation of our country, hindering the growth and progress. As prices embark home prices, corruption is paid by the poor. In our country, the gap between haves and have-nots is so huge that it clearly becomes an example of corruption. Now the real question arises, how to fight against corruption? Saying no to corruption is not just a slogan, it is a pledge, a commitment to uphold the prosperity and integrity of our country. This journey requires a collective approach, a unified resolve to develop the culture of honesty, transparency, and accountability. Education also plays a vital role in this journey. By empowering our youth with knowledge and ethics, we will teach them to resist and raise voice against corruption. We should have strict laws and their steadfast enforcement. Last but not the least, the media people should address the people regularly to raise voice against corruption. We, the students, are the future generation of this country. We should take the responsibility to wipe out corruption from the face of our dear Mother Earth. Come on, let's be loyal and valuable citizens of our country. Come on, raise your voice against corruption. Corruption is a crime. Let us destroy it before it destroys us. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Very beautiful. Our next participant is Kavya from 5th A. Okay, the next participant participant is Alok Gupta. My dear friends, I am Maria Gupta from Vigilance. Today I am going to share some words on corruption. Corruption is a social issue. It's not only our nation, but corruption is a destructive force that affects country. Corrupt practices make other countries bad. Not happy. Now we talk some negative points about corruption. First, impact on economy. Erosion of trust. Because of corruption, citizens lose their trust on the government institutions. Now, we talk some positive points on corruption. How to say no to corruption? Not corrupt practices. And not say yes to any bribes. Using the money. Thank you and have a nice day. Very good. Now the next participant is Srishti from Bodhi. I'm from class 4. Vigilance awareness week is the time when we focus on the importance of being honest and stopping corruption. During this week, we remember Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, a great leader who played a significant role in uniting India and securing our freedom. Corruption is a shattering monster that thrives in the darkness of secrecy, dishonesty, and greed. Unfortunately, its tentacles often reach deep into every area of the nation, public and private, rich and poor, urban and rural. It harms society and slows down the growth of a nation. Corruption can take many forms. It could be a school official asking for extra money to admit a student, a government employee taking bribes to do their job, or a politician misusing public funds for personal needs. All these acts are wrong. To stop corruption, we need to say no to it. This means refusing to give or take bribes, reporting corrupt activities, and standing up against those who are corrupt. Saying no to corruption is not enough. We also need to commit to our nation. This commitment is not just about allegiance to a flag or an anthem, but an unwavering dedication to the principles of justice, fairness, and equity. Education plays a crucial role in fighting corruption. Corruption helps us understand the consequences of being honest, the importance of being honest, and corruption. Corruption is a big problem, but it can be stopped. It won't be easy, but with determination and effort, we can make a difference. Remember, every small step counts. In conclusion, saying no to corruption is not just a statement, it's a movement. Let's start today and say no to corruption and yes to a better, brighter future for our nation. Thank you. Very good. Now the next participant is Sadiksha. Okay. So the next participant is Discuss.
Good morning. My name is Arna Biswal. I study in class 4. My topic is Say No to Corruption, Government to Nation. Corruption is a dishonest act by a person in power, as well as by the person who is getting favor from the person in power. For example, taking and giving bribes, misusing public funds for personal use. Corruption weakens a society or even nation and harms the lives of majority of its citizens. Corruption drains out the economy of the nation. As responsible citizens of our country, we are committed to fight corruption. We can refuse to take part in dishonest acts. By stopping corruption, we can build a better nation. Thank you.
Well done. Now the next participant is Rupesh from My name is Rupika Bose. I study in class 4 and I want to today's video. I am going to present.
टाइट कर एक मिनट मैं टाइट कर एक मिनट
Corruption is like a disease which weakens the nation. It is an act where people misuse their power for personal gain. It is in the form of bribery or fraud. Corruption stops a country from growing and harms the lives of the citizens. Say no to corruption means refusing to be a part of such harmful acts. To stand up means doing it right even if it is tough. We can say no to corruption by not accepting or giving grants, reporting any corrupt activities, and promoting honesty. Commitment to the nation means working for its third betterment. It involves being honest, following rules, and respecting our fellow citizens. Thank you and have a nice day. Very good. Now the next participant is Pranshu from 4th A.
Respected HMM, vice principals, and principals. I am going to speak about say no to corruption. Say no to corruption means refusing to be taken such as wrongful acts, e- even it is tough. We can say no to corruption by not accepting or giving bribes, reporting corrupt useful and do our part. It makes our nation better. We need pride and strive to make our nation and future generation better. Thank you.
Vigilance. Now the next participant is Elocution.
Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. My name is Lakshita and I am going to present you a speech about coming to the nation. Now, you must be asking, what is the Vigilance Awareness Week? Vigilance Awareness Week is an annual event that emphasizes the importance of integrity, transparency, and accountability in our society. Vigilance Awareness Week observed from 13 October to 5th November 2023 with the theme as Say No to Corruption, Commit to the Nation. Now, what is corruption? Corruption is a dishonest act by a person in power, getting involved bribes, stealing money, or telling lies to gain benefits. Corruption is like a silent predator which preys in our society, corrodes trust, impedes progress, and brings inequality. Now, what are the consequences of corruption? First, economic consequences. Corruption diverts funds away from public services such as healthcare and education into the pockets of corrupt people. Second, social injustice. Corruption often leads to the reduction of opportunities to poor people in our society. Third, political instability. Corruption, because of corruption, where people lose faith in the government and it can lead to public protests and political instability. How can we say no to corruption? Saying no to corruption requires a collective effort of citizens, government bodies, businesses, and societies. We must therefore hold the highest standards of integrity in our personal and professional life. It involves refusing to engage in corrupt activities. It means promoting corrupt activities when witnessed and promoting a culture of honesty and transparency. Now, what is committing to the nation? Committing to the nation involves developing an environment where fairness prevails over nepotism and favoritism. It guarantees equal opportunity to people in our society. Now, how can we commit to the nation? We have to be honest, follow the rules, and respect our fellow citizens. We by saying no to corruption, we protect our nation and ensure that everything is used according to the law. Hello, my nation, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Very good. Now the next participant is Amol from third A. Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. My name is Amol Shukla from third A. I am saying to that the corruption is a dishonest activity which two people did. Some of the people did corruption between rich and poor. Between what is what is corruption? Corruption is a dishonest activity which do people say that some of the people say one thing do for me, I will give you money. This is a very bad habit. That's why I'm here to tell you. And what is commit to nation? Commit to nation means you have to display this country. Thank you. Have a nice day. Very good. Now the next participant is Arush.
Wait. Take a breath. Deep breath. And
Good morning. My name is Arush Sharma. I am from class 3A. Corruption weakens the strong building system of any country. Corruption means dishonest actions can favor any unsuitable person or company for taking directly money or gifts. Corruption is not only present in government systems but all over the country in one form or the other. It involves selection of the unsuitable person for any post, approval of poor quality work, purchase of poor quality material, taking permissions for any work, etc. Corrupt people misuse their position and power and take money from honest person and become richer, while poor persons become poorer. We should say no to corruption and should not support any corrupt person for getting our work done easily. We should follow proper procedure of all the work and all documents without giving any bribe to anybody. Government has given us facility to us under Right to Information Act (RTI). There is a Central Vigilance Commissioner and state level vigilance officers where we can make complaints of corruption. Hence we will say no to corruption, commit to nation. Jai Hind.
Very good. Now the next participant is Meera. Good morning. I am Meera and I will teach properly. Good morning. I am Meera Yogesh Patel. I am going to teach a speech of say no to corruption in the nation. Corruption is an evil source of power to our society. So we should not use it and we should keep our society safe. The corruption is an evil way of earning money. Corruption is also an evil virus that eats all of our money. So we should not say corruption and we should say no to corruption. Very good. Next participant is Atharva from third A. My name is Atharva
तुला
Sharma.
कॅमेरा
I am from
हलवलेला
class
माईक
3A.
ऍडजस्ट करायला हवा.
Today I am speaking a few lines about corruption. Corruption can be of many types, like bribery, misuse of people money, etc. What is corruption? Corruption is a source of evil thing that make us very poor. That is a evil thing when a person asks for thing, but the person say, "No, I will if you will give it me that I will tell your father or something." So corruption can be not allowed in our country. Is a thing that make a person very evil. So don't make corruption. Corruption will make you a evil person. Thank you, Jai Hind. When, now the next participant is Rucha from third A. Okay, now the next participant is Pandan, that's from third C.
डायरेक्शन देना मुलांना.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Kandan from class 3rd C. As we are celebrating Vigilance Awareness Week, I get this opportunity to stand on the stage and say something on the topic Say No to Corruption, Commit to the Nation. So, what is corruption? Corruption is a dishonest act made by a person. For example, taking bribes, stealing money, or lying to gain benefits. It is like a poison spreading to the minds of wrong people in our society, community, and country. It is also the mistreatment of public resources for some unfair advantage. So, what is the impact of corruption? Corruption hampers the economic growth and prosperity of our country. It also decays the moral fabric of our society and people lose trust in the leaders because of corruption. So how can we fight back against corruption? First of all, we need to educate ourselves about the destructive effects of corruption. Secondly, if we come across any instances of corruption, we must report it to the respective authorities or anti-corruption agencies. The government is also very active from complaints received by common people these days. So, now let us look at our commitment to the nation. It is not only the government's duty to build a corruption-free India, it is a duty of every single citizen of the country to build this corruption-free India. So, let us come together and say no to corruption and build this corruption-free India and shape a brighter future. Thank you.
Very good. Now the next participant is Sia from third C.
Take a deep breath and then start.
Honorable judges, respected teachers, and all my dear friends, my warm greetings to all. Today, I, Sia Kumkam from 3rd will be speaking on the topic Say No to Corruption, Commit to Nation. Corruption is a social issue that affects not only our nation but the entire world. It is a destructive force that hampers the progress and development of our nation. As responsible citizens of our nation, it is our duty to stand united and say no to corruption and commit ourselves to the betterment of our country. Let me tell the negative consequences of corruption. Number one, economic growth. Corruption hinders economic growth. Number two, inequality. Corruption creates
lost faith in their leaders and the rule of law. Let us take a stand against corruption. Number one, education and awareness. Knowledge is a powerful tool in the fight against corruption. Number two, reporting corruption. If we come across instances of corruption, we should report immediately to the anti-corruption agency. And number three, ethical behavior. We should not engage in accepting or giving bribes or favors. So let us stand together hand in hand and work towards a corruption-free nation where every citizen can thrive and prosper. Thank you and have a nice day.
Very good. Now the next participant is Aya from third C. Fighting corruption is not just good governance. It's self-defense. It's patriotism. Hello everyone. I'm Ayasha, a student of class 3C. I would like to extend my views on the topic. Say no to corruption, commit to nation. Corruption is a dishonesty and a criminal offense conducted by a person or a group of people by abusing and taking advantage of their power and position. This means anything done for the greed of money, which is beyond the boundaries of legality of that will be termed as corruption. Corruption in India is deep. Great scholar Kautilya has also indicated 40 different types of corruption in his contemporary society. Present American President Joe Biden has rightly said that corruption is a cancer. Corruption can be at various levels. A minister taking bribe to provide a license to a businessman. A peon taking kickbacks and bribes to let you inside a government office. A doctor taking bribe to provide you with a fake medical certificate are all examples of corruption. Now the question is how to eradicate corruption. Automation, digitalization and cashless transactions are the first baby steps towards making India corruption free. In the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I strongly feel that there are three key societal members who can make a difference. They are the mother, the father, and the teacher. So friends, let us join our hands and make this country corruption free. It should not be a slogan, but a way of life. Corruption is a crime. Let us destroy it before it destroys us. Thank you. Very good. Now the next participant is Shadi. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning, dear friends and parents, teachers. My name is Shadi Murali from 3rd C. Today I will be presenting this resolution on the topic Say no to corruption, commit to nation. Corruption is the dishonest act done by a person in power. It involves taking bribes, stealing money, and bribes for benefits. Corruption is a serious issue which is a challenge for the nation. We can say no to corruption by not taking nor giving bribes. We can also say no to corruption. We can also say no to corruption by avoiding any kind of corruption done by anyone, anytime. Commit to nation means doing good for the nation. It helps the nation grow.
approach. It involves being honest, intimate, in soft color. Thank you and have a nice day.
Okay, the next participant is Ayam K from C.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anand. As your class teacher, today I'm going to tell you about corruption. Corruption is a bad thing that some people do. It means they use their power or money to get anything they want, even if it is wrong or unfair. Here are some examples of corruption. One, a teacher gives good grades to a child who pays his money, even if the child cannot study well. Two, a police officer lets a thief go free. The thief keeps him. Some officers will think. Three, a politician makes a law that benefits his family or friends, even if people or the environment. Corruption is harmful for everyone because it makes things unfair and unjust. Corruption can cause poverty, violence, and pollution. Corruption has to stop by following some rules. Rule number one, we should be honest in every government. Two, we should not accept or give bribes, gifts, and favors to influence our actions and decisions. But during elections, we can make our government a better place for everyone. But corruption is bad for everyone. We should all work together to fight it. Thank you and have a nice day. Jai Hind.
Very good. Now I
Good afternoon, children. You all spoke well, but when you are preparing for competition, children, now we all know that internet access is very common. You all can access to internet, you copy and speak out. But when you are preparing for any competition, you have to put you should be, you are too young, your parents are helping you out. But next time, children, when you are preparing, see to it that your input should be there. Because many of you spoke same kind of thing. I think it was directly picked up from the net. But most of you spoke very well. But it comes to prizes, we can give only 3 per class. But participation is more important than getting prizes. You all did well, very good. All the best. Thank you.
qualified and finished.
A vote of thanks. Thank you to all of you to be a part of today's program. Have a nice day.